Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Coffee, Cocktails, and Capitalism. I'm Morgan Reynolds with Beyond the Trend. And today I am continuing my conversation with a good friend and client, Maria Dante. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Maria owns, along with her husband, David, the Vero Wine Bar on 14th Avenue in downtown Vero Beach, which is also connected to the Painted Frog, which is a ceramic pottery painting and also some glass and wood workshops occasionally.
A little creative destination.
Yeah. So you can roll up and sit and paint, and then you can get some wine and some snackies from the bar next door. And
we'll deliver to your table.
It's a great combination of things. So today we're going to get to know Maria a little better and her journey to kind of be a business owner in Vero Beach.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Okay. So, Maria, let's just start with the easy things. Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Rhode, Puerto Rico, and I lived on the island until I was 18. And then, of course, my mission was to leave the island. So I went to Rhode Island School of Design. Once I got accepted.
For a lot of people.
Yes.
It's very well known.
I wanted to study interior architecture, and I got accepted to the program. And so I hopped on over and stay there forever.
That's great. So you were still on the island and then you applied.
Yes. So I had gotten accepted into the architecture department at the University of Puerto Rico. And so I had kind of started there. And honestly, I took the application to receive on a dare because somebody said, you won't make it.
Oh my gosh.
That kind of
Yeah.
I was like, I'll show you.
Right.
So I applied and I really worked really hard to get a really solid portfolio because the good thing about RISD at the time was that it was not SAT based, it was talent based. So I put on a dynamic portfolio with ceramics, which is really interesting.
That is interesting.
Little did I know at the time. But I wanted to be an interior architect. I really dreamed about working for Disney. Creating that passage, those dreams and the atmosphere and just transporting people into places that, it was like, I don't know, imagination. So
something really creative that, kind of inspires people and sets a tone and a mood.
And the good thing about interior architecture is that there's a lot of psychology behind it. There's colors, there's sound, there's light, there's, how you move people through a space. It's not just like, let's like decorating, like, let's just put the superficial stuff up and make it pretty.
Right.
Interior architecture is really about like, how do you live in the space and how does the space affect you psychologically, emotionally? So I loved it. I really did.
That's really fascinating. And in working with you a little bit, I think that really comes through because so much of building a brand is what are you making people feel and experience, right? And it's kind of a whole package deal from, when they first hear about you to when they come and experience your business. Yeah.
Yes. So it's everything. It's what how you walk in, it's the light, how that space embraces you, and how you feel when you're in that space. And of course the wine helps because the wine has to be good wine. It has to deliver the message. You cannot have wine that's not going to be at the level of your experience that you want to portray.
Right.
So, but you had a really good point when you came in one day and you were like, it smells like burnt toast. And so I was like, that's not what I want. But we do make pizza. So it's kind of hard, it's like a little bit of a balance, but that is part of the experience. And you walk into a space, you want to, you just want everything. You want that space to kind of like almost like swallow you in a way.
Yeah.
Everything has to be perfect. So you forget about what's outside. You forget about your life's troubles or problems, whatever. You want to enjoy that.
A little bit of an escape, and a safe place.
Yes. Yeah.
When you were at school, did they kind of study or talk about kind of that model in casinos? Because casinos are kind of famous for trying to suck people in, maybe not in a super loving way.
So it's interesting. We never did a casino, but we did do studios that were like, we did a hospital, we did boutiques, we did one weekend, we went to New York and we visited like all these amazing kitchens for like the top restaurants in New York City. And we were behind the scenes and we realized the space and the energy. It's not just the food you end up with on your plate, is that everything that goes behind to make that experience be the experience that you're paying for, right?
Right.
So, we designed a museum. I designed a museum so that you would walk in and sort of like the initial customer doesn't know what's going on, but it was almost like a kidney design, so that once you are finished, you've kind of flushed out your blood or your knowledge about
That's
art.
hilarious.
I know. So I had so much fun. I love interior architecture. That's really truly my passion. But yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
what an interesting field. Now, when you graduated from RISD, did you land right in interior architecture, or what happened next?
So when I graduated from RISD, I went back home to Puerto Rico, and I worked from a couple of architects. I wasn't too happy. So being that I had already met David and we were apart, and I wasn't too sure what, thank you. So anyways, I just made the plan to come back and, married him. And I was like, hey, let's get married.
How did you guys meet?
We were in art history.
At RISD?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
I know. He was sitting in front row with a few of his friends, and I was sitting in the back, and they kept calling me over to sit with them.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So then David was like, sit here. And I was like, okay, you look the least offensive one of them.
You seem safe. I could sit by you.
I was like, okay, you're a good girl. I'll sit next to you and share our notes. So he was a really good student, very dedicated. He's a smart guy. So I was like, okay, this is good.
And he went into like engineering?
He actually studied industrial design. So industrial design is one of the primary departments at RISD. So RISD was established by a woman in the Industrial Revolution. So she started the school because she wanted to teach women basically like a tech school. And so they did jewelry, they did furniture, they did all these things because the men were at war.
Right.
So
things that you could manufacture.
Yes.
Okay.
So anyways, one of the original programs at RISD was industrial
design.
Thank you, industrial design. So he studied industrial design.
That's so interesting.
Because everything you touch and everything you see has been designed. At some point.
Somebody had to think of it, design it, put it together.
Maybe not so much anymore because AI, but
at some point it will be more AI. I think we're not quite at that point yet.
Yes. But so he was an industrial designer, and I was in interior architecture, and so I stayed. Well, I came back for a year to Puerto Rico, and then I came back up.
Okay. Yeah. So then you got married, you moved back to the States, and what was kind of your first real job out of college?
It was really hard. It was 1991. So there was nobody was hiring. Boston was closing down. It was awful. I went into real estate.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I got my first license in real estate in Providence, and I started selling real estate. And after I did that for about a year and a half, and then I decided I was bored. I didn't really like it, so I went back to school.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, more school. So what did you study?
I studied. I had my master's in teaching visual arts, so I got certified K through 12 to teach art, which
cool.
I love. So,
yes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's why you're so good with the kids at the Painted Frog. All the classes and
Am I? No, I love because they just come onto the they're just beautiful. They have no preconceived ideas. Adults are so hard on themselves, and they're so critical, and so we have so much baggage, I guess. And the kids are just like, hey, I did this, I did that, I'm gonna do, and there's a freedom that goes with that, being young, and it's just great. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah,
I love it.
That is so cool. So you taught and studied for a while, and then eventually you and David ended up in Florida. How did you find your way here?
So we found our way here through New Hampshire. We were in Rhode Island for about 10 years, and then we went to New Hampshire. And then I taught a little bit there. And New Hampshire has really long winters, and it was always gray, and I was just tired, and I had little kids, and the sun never shines, and I'm a tropical girl, so
right. this is not it.
It was like,
let's get out of here.
I could not handle the dogs and the kids and the snow and the ice. And he had a really demanding job and he was never home. And I was like, I can't do this by myself. And if I am going to do it by myself, I'm going to do it with the sun shines.
Yes,
so,
yes.
We came down here we actually moved to Palm Bay and he started working for, local companies.
Great. Yeah. How long ago was that?
20 years.
Oh my goodness. So you're basically a Floridian now.
Yeah, I consider myself a Floridian.
Yeah. And how did you find the wine bar?
So long story, but eventually we came back to Melbourne and I was looking for a creative escape. Like I really wanted a store or a studio of some sort. And because, again, I wanted to get back into my interior architecture days, but I wasn't too sure how to go about it. So I started looking for places that were for sale. And then I came across a pottery place. And I had taken my kids to pottery. Like we had the birthday parties when they were little, and I really enjoyed it. And having had my ceramics background and everything else, I thought it was a good idea. And then when we bought the place, they were like, oh, it comes with a bar. So I decided to, not let that hold us back, right?
Right. So for those who don't know, the reason that it comes with the bar is because the building is connected by hallways, but it is two kind of very separate spaces.
Yes.
So in theory, you could wall them off and separate them, but the previous owners had both.
Yes.
So they were selling it as a package deal.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. And we've turned it around quite a bit. It's not what it used to be. It used to be more like, like whatever, like a beer bar, whatever, just another bar.
Right.
And so we decided to be a little bit more exclusive and elevate the space and create something that was a little bit more unique to the area. Having traveled and having lived in different places, having lived in Vegas, having lived in Reno, having lived in Destin, having lived everywhere, we sort of made... we collected all those memories and experiences, and we wanted to bring something unique, like a true wine bar.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those who don't know, a wine bar, what all do you offer at the wine bar? What all happens there?
So what makes it a true wine bar is the fact that we have a portfolio of wines that are unique to us. And I say that loosely because there's no guarantee, right? I'm not going to guarantee that you're not going to see this wine anywhere else. But it's really quite unique in the fact that we do take care of what we are going to present to our guests. So we have over close to 200 bottles that are on the shelf. And then we have over 20 wines by the glass.
Okay.
So that you can enjoy a glass of wine. What makes it unique is that there is a comfortable sitting area. We have events. We have wine tastings. There's live music at times. We have wine trivia. We really try to cater to our guests in bringing them something that's unique and different. So the fact that you can sit and enjoy a bottle of wine before, after, or instead of dinner,
right?
It's quite unique. Comfortable, safe. There's no loud music. There's no screaming. My idea was to make it like your living room, right? Like you just happen to meet some friends and maybe you're going out for the rest of the night, or maybe you just want to go and hang out on a Sunday and read a little bit.
And people do that. I think that's one of the things that's unique about the space that I've noticed is that people do just come on their own with a book and have a nice glass of wine, and they'll sit at the bar for a couple of hours or in one of the lounge chairs, and almost like a coffee shop, but like with wine. So it's not maybe your typical bar feel. And a few friends have said to me that they really appreciate that. It's kind of a safe space, maybe as a woman, to roll up by yourself, and you're going to be comfortable there. And, it's just kind of easy and relaxed as an atmosphere.
Yeah, and David's really good with that. He's very laid back. He won't push. He's definitely not a salesperson. So
for better or for worse.
Yeah, right. So he'll talk to you and, just
explain
walk through the whole journey
things
with you. Maybe you're new to wine and he'll explain to you, we just need a few things to kind of send you off on the right direction. Like, do you like dry? Do you like sweet? Do you like white? Do you like red? It's the whole thing.
And you can get a flight and try 4 different wines that way.
Yes.
Yes. So that's kind of fun. And then you have a cellar and a little boutique. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
So the Petite Boutique,
which I can't say, the petite.
You can say it.
Petite boutique
is, it was my idea just to provide a little something. You know, it's we have the cellar, and I wanted you to stop and entertain ideas as far as like, you know, sure, you can buy a bottle of wine, but what else can you bring to the table, right? So bring a little gift, bring a little something extra, not just a bottle of wine. So that's where it came from, you know, that idea of like lingering and just like spending some time in that little space. So we have right now a nice like Christmas decor. Again, with my interior design background, I kind of wanted to bring that experience to the
things
space.
That can kind of spruce up a room or hostess gifts if you're running to a party.
Yes, because everybody's going to bring a bottle of wine. But then what else can you bring?
If you want to be the favorite guest.
Enhance the experience.
Yes. You can bring in a few extra things and put it together, and then it really feels like it was a thoughtful maybe gift or presentation. Yeah. And,
you know, right now, if you, if you call us and you tell us what you want, we'll put something together for you for the holidays. So it's all good.
Yeah. So how long have you all been open now?
It's going to be a year, December 12th.
Oh, wow. Coming right up.
Yeah.
And is there anything for somebody who's maybe thinking about buying a business that you want to share that was unexpected I mean, businesses always have challenges, but you try to anticipate some of it, right?
There's nothing you can anticipate.
There's nothing.
I don't know. No, I don't want to sound like, oh my God.
You can read and study, but no.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. You just have to jump. And I don't know.
I guess wordless. You have to kind of expect the unexpected, right?
Basically, that's what happens. Yeah. Expect the unexpected. You know, it especially when a business has been running for a little bit, you buy into a lot of things that you weren't aware of. So
systems and things like that have to be kind of revamped. And, you know, as a business owner myself, I know me personally, and then other business owners that I know, it's like, you know, it's like living in a house for a long time. You just kind of stack up processes and systems, and they may not be the best, but like, you know, you've kind of got this thing going and it works for you. But then if somebody else buys it, that might really not work, and it's probably not super efficient anymore. So you guys probably had to do kind of a lot of house cleaning.
We did a complete 180 on that.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yeah. So it's been a really intense year. We've been working nonstop 24/7. We have a concept, and the concept is we're going to do one thing and we're going to do it right. We are not going to do lasagna, meatballs, events, dinner, theater, nothing like that, even though I did want to do that thing, that mystery thing from the beginning. But anyways, we want to do one thing and we want to do it right. And we want it to be the place to
find wines,
and
enjoy wines.
A beautiful glass of wine with your friends and come back because you had such a beautiful experience. We're not going to yell at you. We're not going to be like, oh my God. So it's just like a chill place.
Yeah. So the energy is relaxed. Yeah. Which is really great.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the types of wines that you guys like to bring to your guests. I know you try to really look for things that are a little bit unique or hard to find. What are some of the parameters when you're kind of choosing?
So I don't think there's anything like too strict. What I do want to bring is the wines that we think are notable, or like Nate said, those gems, you know, that are like perhaps wines that you might not find at the Publix or the other stores like Total Wines and, you know, other stores that are in the area, but like that are going to give you that experience. So I do look for single vineyard. I look for vegan. I look for organic. I look for smaller vineyards, upcoming vineyards that have just gotten certified, perhaps that, you know, been working on it for a little while and are finally getting the recognition that they deserve. Family-owned, vineyards. So we really try to go and, try to find those pockets of like, oh, this is a phenomenal wine. Like we just had the Purple Hands, and it was so good. Yeah, that's my new favorite. I'm a Malbec person. Like I love Malbec. I am.
Which you introduced me to. Yes. I was never a Malbec fan, and we had a Argentinian wine tasting at the wine.
South American. Yes.
Okay, well, a fail for me. South American, and no, there was just like really, I found like a new favorite from that tasting. Yeah, that I would not normally have asked for. So.
And that's the mission, right? That's it. That's why we are doing what we're doing, to open those doors to like, oh, wow, I didn't know I like Malbec, or I didn't know I could possibly like Malbec. And Malbec is a special one because Malbec had like a bit of a bad reputation as far as being like a cheap wine that, whatever. But Argentina has really turned that around. The Catena Zapata family has really gone out of their way to educate the public on like the beautiful wine, and what you can do with Malbec. Zuccardi also, we just met them, and they are a beautiful winery, third generation winemaker that is doing all these concrete vessels and really exploring the how the Malbec, the terroir reflects on that wine, so nothing added to it, just having that the varietals really do what they are going to do and be pure to the land. And I really enjoy that. So, yeah, Malbec's my thing. I love it. But of course, Argentina does more than just Malbec.
Right.
Yes. They want to make sure that you know that.
Let's make that clear.
Yes. Yes.
And you all are kind of going through classes constantly and improving, kind of expanding your wine knowledge and things like that. But then you also bring in professional sommeliers for tastings. So there's a lot of educating in the process. How is that going for you?
Oh, it's going phenomenal. We're like nerds. We met in art school, right? And we are continuing education fanatics. We have, a firm belief in education and what it brings to the, how it can enhance the experience. And knowing, like I always thought, you can't necessarily sell something or experience something or show, like with art, I guess, that goes back to my art days. Like if I'm going to show a child how to draw, I need to know. So part of that was I had to try out the lesson myself and find out where it can be improved, if it has to be improved. So it's the same thing with wine. Like we want to provide that experience, and see, well, if I was to be coming in brand new to this wine experience or this wine journey, what needs to be said? What do I need to know to make me feel comfortable and to trust these people?
Right.
That they know what they're talking about. And it's not about like, oh, title this and title that. Like, look at me. Kind of like I've done this all these studies, which is great. And we admire that. But it's also about, maybe you don't have those accolades, but what you're, don't get hung up, I guess, on the a sommelier. Oh, wonderful, great, amazing. But you don't have to be a sommelier to know about the wine.
To learn about wine, to know about wine,
to know and learn,
to choose
and
something great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't be intimidated. I guess that's my thing.
Right. Which I think is kind of a big part of the whole vibe there, is that, there are a lot of layers to wine, but it doesn't need to be intimidating.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I know that you probably have to get back to work, but I appreciate you sharing some time with us. Is there anything, kind of goals in the next year that you have that you want to share before you go for the wine bar?
Oh God, we have a lot of goals, but one of them is, of course, expanding and exploring more of our wine club, which we have. It's a monthly wine club, and we do go out of our way a little bit more above and beyond to choose and pick those wines that we think are going to be like, okay, a showstopper. And then you have it, and then the next month it's like, oh no, wait a minute, this one's even better.
Yeah.
So we are going to continue to do that. And I don't know, we're just going to continue to do what we're doing, like I said, and do it the best we can.
And you guys do have different events and things like that, but the bar is open Wednesday through Sunday, right?
Yes.
and you can always get something by the glass, but then there's also like, tell us what happens at a tasting night, or, you know, we had like a Mad Hatter party and things like that.
Oh my God.
So every once in a while, there's a little something crazy going on.
Yeah. So, you know, as artists, we always like pop. So good idea, new idea, brand idea. Let's go with it. So we did have that phenomenal, you know, Alice in Wonderland party. We have the events that are not necessarily events. They're really wine tastings. So we do have those at least twice a month. And we just pick whatever we feel like we want to explore a little bit more. So we're going to do Pinot Noirs. We're going to do, you know, a little bit of like, you know, Spanish wine. So all that coming along, you know.
You've done kind of a lot of different countries as like wine selections. Like
yes.
We did Greece.
Yes, we did
France.
Greece, Slovenia.
Yeah, a rosé tasting.
So I think we're going to go, I mean, I would like to go a little bit more Vero specific. Sorry. Like the grape specific, you know, like say, you know, we're going to be doing more of that. We did do a Sauvignon Blanc, which was interesting because, you know, a lot of people do love that Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand and they won't try anything else. But there are other countries that are producing beautiful Sauvignon Blanc. So why not try that, right? And that's the whole point about a wine event or a wine tasting. So we're going to be doing the wine events. We do have feature flights. So if you miss the event, if you miss the wine tasting, you can come back and ask for that feature flight and you will get basically what we tasted. And then we have sangria Sundays, which is fun just to come,
That's a
relax.
Kind of fun, unique thing. And that was kind of a tradition you had, right? Growing up?
Yeah. So Sundays we would have, you know, those nice, long, heavy dinners. So yeah, so having sangria Sundays, a little bit lighter fare. You just come with a book with some friends. We've got games you can play. You can bring your own game. You can read a book. It's kind of like a chill, you know, after you do your morning thing, come by and just have some fun.
Yeah, while away the afternoon, have somebody take care of you a little bit.
Yeah.
Bring you wine and food.
Yeah.
It's a great way to spend the day. Just bring me wine and food.
It is. So, yeah, the shareables are really good. So we're going to have that. And I don't know, just a lot of good things.
More good wine. Yeah.
More good wine.
Well, Maria, I really appreciate you sharing this with us. I know that you all work very hard to, you know, kind of bring something special to the community, and we appreciate that. So
thank you.
Everyone, go visit Vero Wine Bar or the Painted Frog if that's kind of your cup of tea. And you can find them online, verowinebar.com. Facebook, Instagram, all the things. We'll have links in the description.
YouTube.
YouTube, everywhere you want to be.
Everywhere.
Yeah, so go check out the links in the description, like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you for the next Coffee, Cocktails, and Capitalism. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.